So Hong Kong officials for the men's singles final between Li Wei Chong and Taufik Hidayat. There's Lee Chong Wei, the man in the yellow at the front, the black shorts, and in the red top, just behind him, is Taufik Hidayat. So Lee Chong Wei, the current world #1, and the arch rival of Lin Dan. Taufik Hidayat, the 2004 Athens Olympic champion. And Glenn, a former world champion as well.
Yeah, of course, Taufik Hidayat had a very, very long history, and we may say he's perhaps getting into the end of his career. Had a great 2004, of course, with the gold medal in Athens. More recently, 2010, a bronze medal at the Asian Games. French Super Series this year. So not as active as Lee Chong Wei in terms of the results for 2010. Lee Chong Wei, Japan Super Series, Malaysia Open Grand Prix, Macau Open, and of course the #1 player in the world, and just a fantastic opportunity for Hong Kong to see the best player in the world at basically any sport. There's not too many other sports that you'll see the best player in the world playing in your backyard, so a great opportunity for the Hong Kong public to see these world-class players.
So some pretty heavy strapping there for the back for Taufik Hidayat. Good sign of the wear and tear that he's experienced over the years. Lee Chong Wei, an immensely talented athlete, and Glenn, we nearly lost him to a different sport altogether.
Yeah, when he first started as a kid, of course, he did prefer the basketball over the badminton, but if it wasn't for his mother, who thought the hot weather in Malaysia was a bit too much for him playing basketball outdoors, we could perhaps not have him as the #1 player in the world. So thanks to his mother, we have the world #1 badminton champion.
One in the world, 7 titles last year. He's won 8 titles this year. This is his 10th final of 2010 from 12 tournaments that he's played. That is a very good reason why he's the world #1. Of course, he won the All England title earlier this year, but disappointment for him in both the World Championships and the Asian Games. Lost in the final of the Asian Games to Lin Dan of China. Hasn't had any problems so far on his road through to today's final. His quarterfinal was given a walkover by the current world champion Chen Jin of China, and then in the semi-final yesterday against the #8 seed Tianmen Nguyen. 2 very comfortable games for the Malaysian. So he won the title last year, beating Peter Gader of Denmark in the final. This is his 4th Hong Kong Open final. But let's look at Taufik Hidayat, the 29-year-old from Bandung in Indonesia. World ranking of 3. He was actually world #1 when he was just 20 years of age. First Hong Kong final for him. His previous best was a couple of years ago when he reached the semi-final, lost out to Lin Dan. But of course, he had a tremendous semi-final yesterday against the #7 seed Chen Long, who won the China Open Super Series event last week. Had to come from a game down and dropped the opening game 15-21, came back 21-11. In the third game, he was 6-11 down. He was 18-19 down before he won out against Chen Long 21-19 in the decider in 1 hour and 9 minutes. Also, the Indonesian had a quarterfinal victory over Park Sun-wang. That was revenge for the quarterfinal defeat in the Asian Games. And as you can see, this is the 16th meeting between these 2 players. Last time they met it was Taufik Hidayat who came out on top. That was in the quarter-final of the World Championships earlier this year in Paris. But prior to those World Championships, Lee Chong Wei had won the previous 5 encounters between the two. So the former world and Olympic champion, number 3 seed Taufik Hidayat, in the red shirt, far side of the court, up against the current world number 1, Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia. For the Indonesian, his first ever final here in Hong Kong. For Lee Chong Wei, the defending champion, his 4th final here, because he was also beaten finalist in 2006 and 2007. Both those finals lost out to Lin Dan of China. Oh, that's amazing defense.
1-0.
Third meeting between these two players this year. Previous 2 meetings in 2010, honours are shared. Not only those World Championships I was mentioning, where Taufik Hidayat won through in 3 games, but the final of the Indonesian Super Series event, where the Malaysian won in 2 straight. Oh, that's clever. He's found the line with his backhand. Delightful play from the Malaysian. Not only recent silver medalist at the Asian Games, Lee Chong Wei, but also, of course, silver medalist at the Beijing Olympics. Both those finals losing out to Lin Dan of China.
Service over. 2-0.
This man, of course, was twice Asian Games gold medalist in Busan in 2002, and then in Doha in 2006. Oh, it's landed in.
Service over. 3-2.
Just 1 medal from World Championships for Lee Chong Wei. That was back in 2005. He lost out to his opponent of today in that semi-final of those World Championships. And I say only 1 medal from World Championships because 3 times since then he's been the number 1 seed at World Championships, and those 3 occasions he's lost in the quarter-final, including, of course, earlier this year in Paris. Four straight points to Taufik Hidayat. Well, we've just seen a Commonwealth Games gold medalist take a singles title here, Sina Nehwal in the women's singles. Of course, Datuk Lee Chong Wei, twice Commonwealth Games gold medalist. A gold medal in Melbourne, 2006, retained his title in New Delhi earlier this year.
7-5.
unbelievable. Well, just raises his hand in apology. It's good fortune.
6, 7.
Well, was it good fortune? I think he created his own luck there. These two men have huge respect for each other.
8, 7.
It's amazing to me when you think what a record Lee Chong Wei has got this year. 10th final from 12 tournaments played, and yet he still seems to get criticism from certain aspects of the media back in Malaysia. Well, gasps from the crowd during the rally. Unable to comprehend the quality of shots being played. Well, their eyes weren't deceiving them. It was superb. Goodness me, I hope he's all right. Launching himself towards the net in an effort to make the kill. Taufik Hidayat making the error, but goodness me, hope he didn't do himself any harm. Take a look at this. Well, unfortunately just missed it because play resumed. So just 1 point in it at the mid-game interval, and it's in favour of the Indonesian. Well, we knew this man was in good form too, because if you include this tournament, his last 9 tournaments played, oof, no, he was all right. He wasn't charging into the net, just using the net post for balance, I think. Yeah, for the last 9 tournaments he's played, this is his 7th final. Taufik Hidayat.